Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about the university that I went to. Basically, I just kind of wanted to give like an overall review of my university and kind of like briefly talk about my experience. And I just graduated this past Friday, so I feel like this is a good time. I got my degree, so no one can take it away from me now if I give my honest opinion, because I guess the reason why I kind of put off saying a lot of things that I talked about and like talking about a lot of things that I went through is because like I was scared that they would like kick me out of school or like, I don't know, like get mad at me and treat me horribly, more horrible than I felt like I was already being treated in school. So like obviously I didn't want anything to happen to me and like all the hard work that I've gone through to get my degree. So I've kind of put it off to the end, which is obviously really smart, and I feel like a lot of you would agree with that. But basically, so I know in my past, in like one of my past videos, I talk about being bullied by two professors from my university. Those two incidences were in 2 different years of university, and I felt like they impacted me a lot and kind of distorted the way that I think of my university, because I tried to reach out for like help from like someone of like higher power in the university, and I felt kind of like they did their best to kind of get rid of me so I wouldn't like report a teacher and like cause issues for the university. So like that was super discouraging, and I found it really hard to go back to school. So basically, let me give like a quick brief for like how my 4th year of university went and my OCAD university review. So I also want to let everyone know that OCAD is an arts-based university in Toronto. So if you want to go to school for anything that doesn't have to do with arts, then you don't even have to worry about this school because it's not going to be in your choices. So my program was a 4-year program, and it was in kind of like an architecture interior design based program, and it was called environmental design. So I did that for 4 years, and the first 3 years I was obviously first year, like you don't really know exactly how it's like yet, like you know what I mean, like you don't really know how the courses are going to be like yet, because like in first year you're still taking some pretty bullshitty courses. But you know, 2nd and 3rd year I had that incident with the other professor, and so 4th year comes around, and this is obviously a super big year because it is your last year and it's thesis year. And a lot of other programs don't necessarily have thesis, but for my program I have thesis, and thesis is really important and a lot of professors take it really seriously, so automatically you're like normally nervous for thesis. I was even more nervous like before school started. Like I would cry all the time, and I would get like the most amount of anxiety because I was scared that I was gonna get bullied again by another professor. And yeah, needless to say, those 2 situations basically ruined completely how I thought of like like I just had overall anxiety, like a heavy amount of anxiety when it came to my school. I'll just keep it simple like that. So anyways, so obviously I go to 4th year and I do what I have to do. All my other courses were really good, and I got pretty good marks in all of my classes, like 70s and above. Like I don't remember like what all my finishing marks were, but it was like 70s and above. But then when it came to my thesis course, I feel like I almost ran into a similar situation from like year 2 and year 3, where my for my thesis class we have 2 professors, and I had a male and a female. Like straight out, did I enjoy my experience in thesis, no, because I found myself getting bullied by these professors. Like, I don't know if it's just me and I have stupid bad luck, or if this school just happens to hire a lot of ignorant professors, but I managed to end up in a class where I was again being bullied. Like, how does this happen? It wasn't just me this time experiencing this. The entire class, not one person, didn't experience the same crap that I was dealing with. One second, I'm gonna open a window to get some more light. One moment. All right, there's a little bit more light. Okay, so yeah, basically everybody in my thesis class was kind of experiencing this harshness. Like, it wasn't just me. Like, I'm not going crazy this time. Like, I know it's not me. I know it's not in my head because everybody else is going through the same bullshit. So my thesis class was actually quite small compared to other thesis classes. Like, I think there was literally like 10 or like 7 people. Yeah, like 10 or 7 people. I feel like our professors just were so hard on us, and by midterm of second semester, because this is like, thesis is like first year, and god damn it, I can't even speak today. Okay, thesis runs all year in 4th year, okay? And basically by midterm second semester, they were failing the entire class. Can you explain to me how that's possible? How does an entire class fail, especially the fact that this class was literally half the size than other thesis classes that were all doing perfectly fine? With a smaller class, that would mean we get to spend more time with our professor, and like, it's not possible for an entire class to fail. It's just not possible. So like, that furthermore, like, my point, I was like, I'm not the only one getting some harsh ass bullshit from these professors. Like, it's not just me. Like, the whole class is failing now. Obviously they ended up passing us in the end, because they even admitted when they failed us that they were just trying to quote unquote light a fire under us. Like, how effed up is that? We literally have no idea what we're doing, and like we had zero feedback, because all you're doing is constantly insulting us and then failing us. Like, it was just some bullshit. And there was some situations where like some people couldn't deal with it, so like, I don't know if like more than one person dropped out, because there was like some situations where we weren't sure if the person dropped out or not, but I know one person ended up dropping out because she was scared she was gonna fail the whole course. So what's the point of continuing if these professors are saying you're doing so horribly? But then in the end we all passed. So if we're so horrible and we were failing that whole time, why wouldn't we have failed in the end? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's still just so much confusion from it, and like, I wish I could have some proper answers, but I'm never going to. I just really did not enjoy my experience at OCAD University at all. Like, I feel like there was just so much mistreatment and not enough encouragement, you know? And I don't feel like people were like entirely friendly either. Like, everything was a bloody competition. Like, at first everyone was like, oh my gosh, like, let me help you, like, I'm gonna be your buddy, like, let me help you, and like, you can help me, and we'll like team up together to get each other's work done. But at the end of the day, when people realized like shit was getting real, like, no one was friends and everything was a bloody competition. But I feel like other people might say their experience was different, but personally for me, like, if I could tell someone not to go to OCAD University, I would be like, don't go to OCAD. I feel like from going to OCAD University, I have gained so much anxiety that I've never had before. Like, depression and like just like all this stress. Like, I would cry all the time during the year. Like, it was just ridiculous. And I felt like OCAD as a school was not there to help you out, like, at all. Like, okay, like, by around like the end of 4th year, like, I was like, I think I'm literally going to die from if I have to be here any longer. Like, God forbid these professors fail me and I have to come back. Like, I'm literally going to die because I don't think that my body and my mind can take this anymore. So I literally went to, what is it called? Like health services to kind of talk to like a counselor basically. And like they relate everything back, like they work at OCAD, so they like know what's up. So I go there and I talk to them, like thinking like I need you to help me tell myself that I can do this, or like try to understand what's going on. Like I just need someone to like why am I going through so much shit at this school? Like university should not be this way. Like it should be kind of stressful because it's like, oh, I gotta pull an all-nighter and like read all these notes and do this and that, but like I literally am going to self-combust and die. Like that's literally the way that OCAD makes you feel. I feel like you can never do anything right. Like don't get me wrong, there's some professors here and there that I think were so dope and like they were always nice, and yeah, they'd critique you but then they'd compliment you. I think you did really well here, but this is what I think you should do too, blah blah blah. But like there's so many professors there that are just like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, you suck. Oh, and there was another situation. I literally had a critique one time, and okay, my model, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't like the best thing in the world, but it wasn't like the worst thing in the friggin' world. So it's like, relax, don't go crazy. My prof grabbed my model and threw it. And threw it. He grabbed it and he threw it. And was like, this is garbage. I'm sorry. I didn't just spend hours and hours working on that just for you to throw it after looking at it for like less than 2 seconds. Okay, it may have seemed like shit to you, but I worked really hard on it, so you could be nice about it. Like, I don't, like, I just feel like there's so much I could say, but like my thoughts, like I'm getting like wound up right now, like thinking about it, and like I'm literally getting anxiety right now, and I feel like my mind is like shutting off. Where was I? I'm like gonna bounce back and forth between stories because like I'm mentally losing my mind right now. Anyway, so he like threw my shit, and like, you know, sometimes my profs would be like, so one prof would be like, oh my gosh, this is really good, you have such potential, you're really doing such a good job. And then like when I get my mark back for like that assignment, I got a 30%. What? Oh my gosh, this is really good. You did such a good job. You have such potential. Here's a 30%. Don't forget to cry at night. What? Like, and by my opinion, that one assignment that I'm saying I got a 30% on, like, that was my favorite thing that I did all semester. And you gave it a 30. And I talked to my professors about this. You won't even believe, like, my professors are on straight crack. Like, I can't. So I brought this to my professor's attention, and I was like, you know, like, I really thought this was the best thing that I did. And I was like, well, at that point I was like, this is one of the best things that I did so far, and like, I think you should rethink this 30. So my prof looks at it for 2 seconds and he's like, yeah, I guess, whatever, 62. What? Where did you get that number? So you went from 30 to 62 and you literally just pulled that number out of your ass. Like, what? Like, what? Like, do you understand how me as a student, I'm sitting there being like, what is school? What are rules? What is happening? What am I wasting my money on? Like, I'm literally confused 24/7. Like, at that school, I'm just like, what is happening? So yeah, he said, okay, fine, like 62. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll take that. Like, I don't know. And then at the end of the year, he didn't even change the mark. Like, he didn't even change the mark. And then I was like, okay, so what about that one assignment where you said you were gonna change my mark? Like, are you planning on changing that? He's like, I'll think about it. You said you would, but okay. So then afterwards, he emails me back after he thinks about it, and he's like, I decided not to change your mark. Well, fuck you then. heck? Oh my gosh, there's just so many things that happened, and I could make like the longest video about it, but I just think it's just so unhealthy. Like, I don't even want to think about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but I feel like I should make this video just in case someone is thinking of going to OCAD University and they actually decide to take the time to do research on the school. Don't go. Don't go. Go to Western. Go to Laurier. Go to Queens. Friggin' live on res. Like, make some friends. Drink yourself to sleep. Like, do some normal university shit. Don't go to an art school. Don't go to an art school. And don't kill yourself over your professors. Anyways, jumping back to another story. So when I said I went to one of the counselors to talk and see if she could help me figure out my thoughts, did she help me at all? No. Did she just write on a piece of paper to send me to another office and send me in another direction that I didn't want to go to? Yes. Did she say she was going to email me back in a couple days and follow up to make sure I'm mentally sane? Yes. Did she follow up? No. So, after my final presentations for thesis, my professors made us all come in again after school was supposed to be done to show them more work so they could think about changing our marks some more. So I show up to that day with work, but I had it in a PowerPoint opposed to printing it out. And because I didn't have it printed out, my teacher refused to look at my work, and I just missioned all the way from my home all the way downtown Toronto to see my professors, and they refused to look at my work. And I just wasted money on commuting to see them and time working. But just because it wasn't printed out and it was in a PowerPoint, and she didn't even say print out your stuff for that day. She was just mad because she felt like it should be printed out that day and I didn't have it printed out, so I'm sorry. Like, so needless to say, on that day I had an awesome screaming match with both my professors, and I feel like I let out a lot of stuff that needed to be let out. And the greatest part about all of it is that the chair of environmental design was sitting in the room listening to me argue with them. And you know what? He didn't have much to say because I'm sure he's heard it from a zillion other students that dealt with their bullshit. Like, I was literally so mad. And then my professor's like, why didn't you bring any of your past models? I was like, why would I bring work that I've already shown you again? Like, and I was like, I don't even have my car today. Like, I can't even bring that stuff down. Nor can I bloody afford to pay for parking right now. Like, it's the end of the year. I'm broke, fam. And it's like, and then this woman had the audacity to be like, well, if you couldn't have your car today because a family member took it, why didn't you just rent a car? I literally said to her, I don't even know where to rent a car in my city, like where I live, not in downtown Toronto. Like, I don't even know where to rent a car. And she's like, well, you should have brought them anyway. I straight up said to her, like, I'm not even joking, like, where do you want me to hold all of my models? Like, you want me to balance it on my head? What is wrong with people? Like, these are conversations that I've had. Like, what? And then she is like, okay, like, I'm done talking to you. You can leave now. And I was like, no. Like, I have one more thing to say. And she's like, no, leave. And I'm like, no. You should know. I said some extra stuff. And I can't believe I'm about to admit this right now. But I said, you should know, because of you, I have gained immense amount of anxiety. And now I'm on anxiety medication thanks to you. She's like, I don't need to hear that. I shouldn't have to hear that. That's none of my business. No, it is, because you're the one who drove me crazy. So here I am. And you need to hear that because you're a professor at the school and you're going to continue to teach, and you need to not do this to another student. And literally the chair of ED was there to hear it all. And she had nothing to say. Like, I was just like, I need to give it to this woman. She needs to hear it straight because she literally drove me freaking bonkers. Like, I don't even know how to explain the amount of stress that I was under. It's just like not normal and not healthy for someone. Like, it's just not. You know what? I'm sure I'm going to play this video back later and be like, oh, I had so many other crazy conversations and situations that I could have talked about, but like, one, I'd be talking forever, and like, who wants to watch like a 40-minute video? And it's just like, I feel like I've said enough, and like, if I just keep talking about it, like, I'm gonna have like high adrenaline for like a week straight. Like, I just can't. I just feel like I also, at the same time, on top of all of that bull crap that I went through, like, I feel like I also didn't even get like a university experience. Like, nothing ever happens at OCAD. Like, people don't hang around after. There's no res. Like, there was nothing. So I never got to experience residence. I never got to experience living downtown, because like, rent's so bloody expensive downtown anyway, so like, why am I gonna live down there? And like, there's no football games, like, there's no football team, like, we're art students, like, there's nothing. Like, yeah, sure, there's like some random art shows like once in a while, but like, I'm not trying to go to that, because I'm not even feeling this school, and I'm not even feeling the people that go there. Like, honestly, the only thing that I feel like I came out of OCAD with is a piece of paper that says Cassandra degree, like, in environmental design. Like, that's it. And a lot of you are probably wondering, didn't you make friends? Like, don't you at least have long-lasting, forever relationships? Do you want me to spill some tea? Do you want me to be real with you right now? Like, not really. Not really. Did I kind of make friends at my university? Yeah. I made some friends. Did we hang out sometimes? Yeah. Was it cool? Yeah. But like, do we hang out all the time? Are we ride or die best friends? Like, I'm sorry, like, I don't really think so. Like, let's be real. Like, we don't talk all the time. We don't chill all the time. Nobody's down to make the effort to chill. Like, it's not like that, you know? Like, OCAD was just like not like that. Like, there was no like ride or die friendships. And I feel like, what, you know what, like, I'm not gonna completely blame it on those people, or quite frankly, like myself. Like, I mean, I'm sure if it was like more of like a campus setting and we all lived around there, like if we were forced to live around there, like people are at like Western and Queens and stuff, where like most people go there and like live around there, I'm sure if we all lived around each other, we'd probably be a little bit more ride or die. Like, we'd probably have seen each other more. We'd probably still see each other, but like, I feel like a lot of people felt they were in the same situation, that friendships fell apart and stuff at OCAD, because like, one, you're so busy and stupid stressed out, you don't have time for anyone, and like, you don't all live around there. So I mean, you know, kind of sucks to say that, but I feel like that is the honest truth, and I'm gonna say the truth, because this is an OCAD review, and I'm just being real. And if your feelings are hurt right now, I'm sorry. Feel free to send me a text. But yeah, that's the tea on OCAD. But you know what? It is what it is. I mean, like, I am where I am now, and I will be where I am in the future because I went to OCAD. And in itself, it was a learning experience. Like, I did learn things. So, it is what it is. But, again, like I said, if I can give advice to anyone who wants to go there, don't. I'm sorry that this was such a negative video. And hopefully my next video I make can be a little bit more positive, because like, I just don't like to put out negative vibes, but I feel like also myself, like, I needed to get this off my chest. You know? And like, that's the reason why people don't see me out much, like in the past, like, because like, I've been slaving. But I'm glad I got this off my chest, and I'm glad you guys know a little bit more about where I went to school, and those who are researching, you know now. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. And by the way, if you're wondering what the heck is going on with my weird cow shirt, my grandmother bought it for me, so like, I have to wear it, okay? Mind your own business. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this video helped whoever is watching it, or entertained whoever's watching it, or helped you snoop on my life for whoever's watching it. And I will see you guys next time.